So as you can see, it's Halloween day in Japan. There's nothing else I should really say. There's only one thing to do, and that's to celebrate. Here's the thing, right? Even back home, I don't celebrate Halloween, but I'm in Japan, so I'm like, oh, let's freaking do this. So I also finessed his wig last second. I'll probably post a picture of what it looked like before in the overlay, but yeah, that's it.
You.
got back to my hotel not too long ago, and the thing is, so I'm gonna show you the time right now. It would be great if it focused. 6:07. So it was a long freaking day. I'm not gonna lie. So I got out at like 11, so later than usual. But the thing is, I was putting on a cosplay, which is the deluxe costume that you saw in the beginning, and I wore that until approximately like 5:30-ish. So that's well over 12 hours of wearing that cosplay. And I'm very freaking tired. So let's talk about the day for a bit. So not really much happened. So the thing is, early in the morning, as I wore the cosplay, I stood out like a sore fucking thumb because like no one else was wearing it. Because here's the thing, right? Yeah, like it's a holiday, but that doesn't stop people from being part of their normal lives, right? They're doing their normal things. They got obligations to do until they don't. So whether that be 5 p.m., 4 p.m., etc., they got stuff to do. So evidently I was in the train standing out like a sore thumb because I'm wearing cosplay way too freaking early in the morning, and not only that, for way too freaking long. So around the area, like I would go to Akiba, Shibuya, etc. for a bit, and I stood out, but not really stand out that much because guess what, it's Halloween and there's plenty of foreigners in costumes already too. So you know, that gave me like the whole, oh, I'm a foreigner sign kind of thing. So not really much happened really. So it's at the latter half of the day where things actually started to happen. So I went to Akiba because I forgot something at my hotel, and I thought, oh, I'm gonna go get some food because I didn't eat the whole day. I didn't eat breakfast, I didn't eat lunch. So this was around 3-4-ish p.m. Yeah, 3-4. I went to a ramen place, which you'll likely see in the video or something. I got ramen, good freaking ramen by the way. And so I started walking around. I got a lot of attention still because, oh yeah, here's this. I got a lot of attention still because I'm wearing cosplays in Akiba, and you know, Akiba's a weed place. And a lot of the maids, especially, like pointing me out. Like I could understand a bit of what they said. Not that I'll ever really say it, but you know, I stood out. They didn't want to try and walk up to me though. That's good because I don't like that. But I did have 2 people in the junk alley, or I guess 2 separate people, 2 separate entities come up to me in the junk alley at separate times with a film camera actually to ask, I don't know what it was, but I did say, because of this, watashi wa nihongo hanasemasen, which I think should mean I don't speak Japanese, or I can't speak I can't speak Japanese. And so because of that, it's either their reactions were surprised because I did speak Japanese, or they were surprised, or they had the feeling that I did not want to talk. If it's the latter, of course I want to talk, but I can't speak Japanese, so I can't respond accordingly. But if it's because I speak English, yeah, that's an issue. Not really an issue. That's fine, I totally get it. Because if you're holding a film camera, guess what you have to do in between? You have to type up in Google Translate or try to say it yourself, which I don't want you to try and do. So, you know, that'll take up a lot of time. A lot of time that they could use on literally anyone else. So that's that. I also walked into a Mr. Donut. It's a very nice donut place, and people commented about my quote-unquote high-quality cosplay. They even thought the hair was real at one point. Dude, no. There's no way hair could be that red, right? Or that long, for me especially. But yeah, I got a lot of comments about that. And so I decided to end that day before going off to like Ikebukuro and Shibuya to go to audiophile store, and I got 2 sets of earbuds. Not 2 sets. I got 1 set of earbuds. So this one right here is a pair of $20 earbuds that's tangled up right now. And wherever my main ones are, but my main ones are quite literally $700 MSRP. I did not pay that much. Just as a disclaimer, it's quite literally well under half of that because eBay. But if I had to give you a suggestion, go buy the $20 ones. It's called the Moondrop Chew Tunes because guess what? They bang for the buck. I think the QC I've heard is not the greatest, but if we're getting good sound for $20, why should we care, right? But that's besides the point. So I spent way too freaking long there, and by that time I got out, it was already 7. So I decided to head to Ikebukuro and see what's happening and see if anyone was dressing up or grouping up. Yeah, there's some stuff. I don't know if it's because I went quote unquote earlier in the day or that night. But like there's some cosplays, some costumes, and they were having fun. I even got a video of the band or the people with animal heads banging on whatchamacallit, dude. Oh my god, my head hurts. On fucking trash can bins as playing trash can bins as drums, dude. I can't. I'm sorry. I think they're barrels. I don't remember. But yeah, nothing much after that. There's a bunch of people out on the streets advertising for something. I couldn't read it because I didn't want to stare at them. Giving that, so here's something I learned about maid cafes, right? You give them attention, they give you they give you like this whole, oh, I got your attention look, and that means they want to like hook you right in, kind of like fishing, right? That's literally how it is. If you don't give them attention, you're fine. But if you do, you're fucked. So I didn't want to steer any in their way at all, because if I did, I was screwed. So other than that, like, not really much. Not really much in Ikebukuro, unless I went to the wrong area. I just went to the area with the Uniqlo, which is probably one of the biggest areas in Ikebukuro. I went to other areas too for a bit, nothing much, like the anime, you would think, the weeb stuff, the place where all the weeb stuff is, it would have, you know, some cosplay group ups, no, nothing at all. And so after that I decided to go to Shibuya and see if, you know, the band, the quote unquote Shibuya band Halloween thing was true. No, they didn't, but what they did do is have a bunch of security officers direct traffic of those who are, you know, participating in a quote-unquote event to like a back, it's not really a back alleyway, I guess it is, but like it's behind all the stations and stuff out in the back where no cars could be driven through, you know, because last time that happened, a truck got flipped. Yeah, that's fun. But all in all, like, it was fun. So I went to, I already forgot the name of the place. Takashita Park? Makashita Park, that doesn't sound right. I think it's Takashita Park. I've been there before previously. It's like a shopping mall. It's a pretty cool shopping mall too. So I hung around there because I noticed there's some cosplays going on, some group ups, some group photos, etc. I even got some photos myself, which maybe I'll post on the screen right now, maybe. But yeah, I stood there for way too long, honestly, because guess what? When you're like me and you have anxiety about everything, trying new things is always the worst. So I stuck around the area because I knew the place. So I didn't think about going outside that area first. So I stuck around there. But the funny thing is, the moment I got there, there's already people wanting to take photos with me. But the thing is, like, they didn't know I was I think they did. That's the key word. I think they didn't know I was an English speaker until I spoke. The reason I say this is because usually they ask their questions in Japanese, and then they suddenly try to change their response to English whenever I spoke in English, or say Nihongo hanasemasen, which should mean I can't speak Japanese. I hope, because otherwise it'd be kind of yeah cat. But even then, their intentions are still the same. If you know the word shashin, even if you're not Japanese, you'll understand that they want a photo. I guess after that, you should understand. It just depends on what type of photo they want, but usually it's going to be a selfie with them, because that's all my photos were, selfies with other people. But I got a lot of photos with people that night, and the thing is, I will never get most of them, because guess what? They took them with their phones, and guess what? I suck at Japanese, so I didn't know how to ask, hey, can you send this photo to me in Japanese? And I wasn't gonna go Google Translate everything, so yeah, there'll be photos on the internet somewhere if they use them, but I will never see them. So that's something. So amongst that, so the thing here is, even after I went to some of the other main areas for Shibuya when it comes to Halloween event, Genshin cosplay impacts are kind of scarce. And you know what? I understand. I only understood after the event. And you know why? It's because I have experience putting on a Genshin Impact costume. D-Look alone took me way too freaking long to put on. And guess what? If you're a female, or if you, I guess that doesn't apply to just females. Males use makeup too, but if you actually like putting on makeup with your cosplays, which many do, because you know it makes it look a lot better. Honestly, I just probably wouldn't do it. Well, I say that now, but here I am. That alongside makeup, maybe styling the wig while it's on your head for a bit, that takes a long time. And not only that, it's a long time for just a small event. So it's understandable that there is literally no Genshin Impact costumes. I saw like 3 the whole night, and I didn't get a picture with one of them. So and that's the thing, right? I dressed up as D-Luke from Genshin, not only because I like D-Luke, I like him, he's a cool guy, he's Mr. Batman himself, but another reason is because I wanted to get photos with Genshin Impact cosplayers, because knowing the amount of effort it takes to make one look good, I always appreciate when I see a Genshin Impact cosplayer, even though it's probably the most cosplay thing ever, especially back home in anime conventions. They I respect them, and as someone who wears it myself too. So I guess the thing here is I should talk about that one that I did miss. So I guess I should put on some backstory. So I was sitting down resting. There was this like whole stone layering by the side of the Takashita Park path where all the restaurants are. You can sit down on them to rest. Not that they were meant to be sat on, but you know, no one prohibits it, so I did it anyway. And so an Indian tourist came up to me and asked if I spoke English. I said yes, and then he started asking about various things he should do in Japan because it was his first time. And so, what do you want to call it? Yeah, I started talking to him, and then I noticed there's this person staring at me. Well, person and 2 other people, or I think it was one, 2, I don't remember, dude. But there's this cosplayer and 1 or 2 other people staring at me, and it's for a rather decent amount of time. It's short, but it's enough for you to want to ask why. But the thing is, I was talking to someone, and so I looked up and I noticed it was a Genshin Impact cosplayer, and it was probably one of the best Genshin Impact cosplayer plays I've ever seen. And this was a Japanese girl who was wearing what I think and should be a dark or evil Lumine cosplay. And for those who don't know Lumine, it's the female traveler if you chose the female as the traveler or the main character. And it was probably one of the highest quality things I've ever seen. So, and she waved at me after I stared up, and I waved back. But the thing is, I was still talking to the guy, so like it was very awkward. And she gave me a long stare after that. And then I don't know if it was her boyfriend or brother. I don't know. I don't care. But they started whispering. I think he was trying to tell her that maybe I didn't want a photo, or maybe I didn't want to talk because I was already talking to someone. Not that you would talk to me because I'm a foreigner, first of all. Like, I don't understand Japanese that well. I know enough to get by, but I'm not conversational. But after that, they left. And I felt very bad. I wanted to stop them, but the thing is, I have a conversation going on to the left of me, or right next to me. And if you know me, I'm terrible at stopping conversations. I'm never the one to like stop conversations. The person can keep yapping all they want and I'll listen. I just never will stop them. Unless it's like something very, very, very important or urgent. And so they walked off, and I wanted to chase them down. I'm not gonna lie, not really. But the thing, and I guess another thing about me is I never take the initiative, right? I never talk. I never make the first move. And so it gets awkward when the other side also is like me, and they don't want to make the first move. And so it becomes a battle of who wants to give out first, and so it was them. And if they want to take a photo with me, or if they want to ask me something, if they want to do whatever, they should have come up to me. But the thing is, I never usually expect that. Usually people come up to me and I don't go up to them. And I guess that creates a lot of issues like we have here. But 90% chance, if they knew I was a foreigner, they just wanted a photo. And honestly, that's probably one of my biggest regrets that night, because I really did want that photo. And the thing here is like, yeah, it's just a photo. But the thing is, if you know me, I'm a big nerd for not only photographs, but just documenting my stories, right? Documenting stuff that happens. Like, this might be the only time I go to Japan during Halloween season, or maybe it could be my last time in Japan overall. There could be so many circumstances that prevent me from going back in future, and especially during this time frame. And so I cherish like every little moment I can get to like for all these events I am able to capture, right? So like missing this one photo, especially with a cosplay that good and me putting in the time to put on a Deluxe costume, that way I can, you know, find more Genshin Impact cosplayers to, you know, pair up with. It was kind of frustrating, especially when, like I said, there was only two other people that were also cosplaying Genshin. There wasn't many Genshin cosplayers at all, and if they were either in other places or they went earlier. And so if you are watching this, the Evil Lumine cosplayer, please, I like to let you know that your cosplay was very freaking good. I'm kind of jealous. And that if you did want to take a photo, I want to take a photo too. And I'm very sorry that I didn't take the initiative. Maybe you got the wrong idea. Maybe you thought I didn't want to take a photo. Maybe you thought I was too busy. But no. It's just I'm too shy or timid to say anything. So I guess that's that. So oh, and I guess the thing here is this happened pretty early in the night too. So I went up to I started walking around the area, and while I got a lot more photos, I never saw them again. So it's kind of like that meme where like whatchamacallit, it's like that girl you see at the airport once and never again meme, or just that one girl you see at the grocery store and never again meme. It's kind of like that, but for cosplay. But I'm not the romantic type, so it's just cosplay for pictures, honestly. It's like that. Because guess what? The only reason I say this is because the other two Genshin Impact cosplayers I talked to, yeah, they spoke English actually. One of them was Chinese though. Well, both of them were Chinese. But whatchamacallit, I asked them, I told them about how scarce Genshin Impact cosplayers were, and they agreed with me. And I asked, I asked about the other cosplayers they saw, and they saw each other first of all, but they didn't see the Lumine that I saw at Takashita Park. And I'm like, dang, you really are this ominous figure that I only got to wave at before you left. And it made me feel kind of remorseful that I didn't take the initiative, right? And so I went to other main areas. So I went to other main areas, like I said, to other main areas of Shibuya Halloween event. And there's a lot going on. It's mainly just people getting drunk and weird, honestly. There's some dancing, there's a lot of photos being taken. That's where I got most of my photos taken, the selfies. I think I told you that I will never get these photos though, because I didn't know how to ask how to send these photos in Japanese. They took it with their phone, by the way. I never asked or tried to ask them to use mine. And the thing is, there were a few people who did send me the photos, just out of habit, I think. But like, usually I never am the one to ask to take photos with my phone. It is usually the other person and their phone. So it gets kind of weird, yeah. And speaking of that, there's a lot of people. So let me preface this by saying back home in the US, in anime conventions, it's usually a sin, like an unspoken rule, to photograph or videotape without permission, unless, you know, maybe there's some implied approval, like if there's a ton of photographers crowding around one group. Yeah, even then that's a gray line. But you know, if they allowed all those other people to take photos, maybe they'll allow you to, right? But in general, not allowed. But in Japan, like at least just for yesterday, I got so many people trying to take sneak photos. It's not foreigners though. It's not just foreigners. I wouldn't even say foreigners were most of the people doing that. It's just you got a lot of people trying to take sneak photos. So I'm imitating this, like they're walking by like this, and then their phone is just tracking me. I'm like, you're not very sneaky, huh? So not only am I not getting a lot of photos with people that I've, you know, taken photos with, I'm not getting a lot of photos of people who just try to sneak candid me. And the funny thing is, whenever they try, some of them, whenever I notice they try to take photos, I do this sometimes, like to let them know that I am fucking aware that you are, you know, trying to photograph me. Sometimes they actually laugh too. So you know, I'm fine with them taking photos, but like, maybe like ask first. I say that, but like I don't mind. It's cool. I know others won't. So maybe this type of event wouldn't be your thing. And I guess to go back on the whole Genshin thing. So like my wig started off pretty well earlier in the day, and it got worse as time went on. And it's probably evident in the photos I've taken at the event. Hell, now that I think about it, yeah, I would have liked the photo with that one Lumine, the evil Lumine. But I wouldn't want to see myself in the photo, not gonna lie, because I look bad in all of them. It's mostly because the wig has degraded over the day's elements, because Japan is quite humid and stuff. So like you could tell the styling started wearing off. I don't use much hairspray, so everything is like 90% natural and me trying to brute force it. And yeah. What else is there to talk about? I did talk about how the security guards at Shibuya try to funnel people into a back alleyway, and all it really did was create more congestion where there shouldn't be. I talked about the cosplayer that I regret not taking a photo with. I'm not even sure if they wanted a photo, but 90% chance most people who come up to me ask for a photo. That's literally the only reason you would talk to a foreigner, at least if it was evident that I'm a foreigner, which it seems to be mixed. Some people notice I'm a foreigner right away, and some people don't. So, you know, it goes both ways. And I guess the takeaway here, I guess I should say this beforehand, that I thoroughly enjoyed the Halloween event. Like, I don't know if I said it right. I probably did even 2 times, but I just forgot. But I just had that one remorse. Because I have a thing for remorsing or regretting or just overthinking the small stuff, like a photo. Like a photo with a person that I wish I got a photo with, or etc. There's so many things I worry about for no reason. But in retrospect, like, they could have made this trip a lot better, right? Like, you like that cosplay a lot, you want to get a photo with them, you should do it. But the thing is, I'm terrible at taking the initiative. Again, if you know me, I'm terrible at going up to people. People usually go up to me. I don't want to try to sound like I'm a cool guy or too cool for people, but no, I'm really just shy. Like, I'm terrible at making friends. I'm terrible at interaction unless the other person starts the interaction. Or if it's on Discord where I don't have to hear people talk. I just type up a wall of text, and hope they respond. That's just how I am. I'm not a very socially affluent guy. I'm actually terrible at social conversations, or social cues especially. But I guess with that, I've gotten good at reading body language because of that. So maybe it's not terrible, but like, you get my point. But I think I already said this, but once again, the takeaway is take the initiative. Don't be like me and be shy all the time. If you want something, go fucking get it. Or else you're gonna end up like me, missing out on a photo and remorsing about it for the rest of the night for no good reason. Unless you don't, in which case, good for you. So, I guess that's that. If you actually somehow managed to watch 26 minutes of this video, I applaud you, because why and how would you do that? Even I don't want to listen to myself for 26 minutes. The only reason I'm doing this is for mostly diary and recording purposes. Just, I want to be able to like look back at this trip in a good way, in the video form. So I guess that's that. Thank you for watching. I want to sleep.